Sometimes you'll have to say, we cannot do date night because I have to pay this amount to fix my car. And
I'll get someone who will.
You know, like... From a podcast studio in Johannesburg, South Africa, you are listening to What the Relationship with your co-host Candice and
Lungi,
and our extra special guest,
Zulu Goku, aka the face around space, the ultimate champion, and Goku of the Zulu race. What's going on?
Woo! If you're looking for a podcast that speaks about everything nice, everything spice, we're talking about Njolo, we hope we'll make a great pair. Today, we're talking about let's go 50-50.
Yo. Oh my God. Please pull it up. Pull up.
Let me pull up the evidence. So Lucy's not even going into a question, by the way.
I'm not.
She's just like,
I don't even have any
pressed.
questions
I'm touched
today.
I'm touched.
Touched by?
Okay.
Okay.
Gabrielle Union says her and Dwayne split their bills 50-50, and she still has anxiety about being financially secure due to all of her responsibilities, which forces her to be a workaholic. You better work, bitch, or you want to sleep in, is what she said. Now, the most interesting tweet I think I saw in response to that was...
What's this?
So we didn't really need to know this.
That's what I'm saying.
She told
That's
too
what
much.
I'm saying. Okay.
But seeing as we have arrived, we're here, going 50-50 with a man who makes significantly more than you,
Eyeballs outweighed.
and is a cheater. Lord have mercy.
Okay, I'm gonna start with this now. Everything that I've heard about Gabrielle Union and her relationship has been against my will. Everything I've heard.
Against your will.
It's been against my will.
She
Every
hasn't-
time
she
I
hasn't seeked out
scroll.
this information at this
Like,
time.
I've never sought out this information. I've never been like, oh, what's going on with Gabrielle Union?
Okay.
No, I'm just scrolling on TikTok. All of a sudden, 50-50. All of a sudden, Red Table Talk. All of a sudden, he cheated on me while I had infertility issues. Which, by the way, during infertility issues, cheated, made a baby? That's crazy. And they still go 50-50. Secondly,
Yes.
I feel like it should be an issue of equity instead of equality. The dude makes way more money, man. The 50-50 should be like, in terms of weight, not in terms of amount. Because he makes way more money. He should contribute more because he makes more. Now Babes is anxious inside a marriage. Can you imagine being this is why people get divorced, guys. By the way, this is like the number one highest reason for divorce. It's money issues. It's always money issues.
But if she said they go
Your hot
50,
take, yeah.
if she's saying they go 50-50, right? No one asked. She just said this.
She literally
No one asked this.
offered this information.
So she's unhappy about it or what? What is the actual issue? I don't get it.
I also don't know.
It's
like she
just
she
said
told
it,
that.
bro.
She just said
say
it.
I think we need to listen, like watch it for context, because if it's in the context of like talking about partnerships in a marriage and how, you know, you can't expect like one person to take on everything, but you want a partnership where 50-50 you guys are leading, then maybe that's the context. But we also live in an age where, as clickbait,
context,
we just
there's
take
no
snippets.
time for context.
I
There's
don't know.
no time.
I don't know. I think outside of the conversation, when I watched the video, right, I think the context was how she, throughout her whole life, has had to work really hard because she's had personal struggles. You know, the story of like having to go, you know, you come back home, there's no food, and she never wanted that for herself. She never wanted that for her family. So I think she lives with that anxiety that even if they get too comfortable, something overnight can happen. Dwayne can break his ankle and his child. Maybe there's a new actress that basically is getting all of the opportunities and Gabe isn't. That's probably what's keeping her up at night. And so she's always trying to find herself doing new things, being more sustainable, so that she never has to experience what she went through as a form of trauma.
What does it have to do 50-50 though? That's all. It's nice. It's all nice.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
No, but it's just like, what does that have to do with 50-50?
In terms of who's splitting the bills and the household responsibilities.
But you'll find. Okay, let me give you an example.
Yes.
Here's a classic case of financial compatibility. You guys know what that is?
Explain.
So
to the people who don't know.
So here's an example of being financially incompatible, right? There's this man. Like, actually, let's just use the situation of Gabriel Union and then Wade, right? let's say they want to save up for something. You know, he earns more, but they go 50-50 on rent or whatever. So now let's say they want to buy a new house together, a new mansion. So they agree that, okay, you're going to save this much per month, I'll save this much per month, and then we'll all go towards this new house, right?
Sure.
Then Gabriel Union 1 month is just like, nah, you know what, I don't feel like saving this much money. I want to ball out. I want to buy a dress for the Met Gala. I want to go out and do these expensive trips. But Wade is still now contributing his half of them. Now Gabriel stops.
Right.
She stops, like, no. Then Wade is just like, no, this is not fair. Why? Even though he earns more, it's like, no, this is not, why do I have to, even though I earn more than you, why am I the only one saving towards this when this is an agreed upon decision?
Sure.
We both agree, not this is what I want, this is what we want. And then she's like, no, I'm not going to sacrifice my lifestyle. But then he's sacrificing his to save for this house. Like, no.
He's not.
No, I'm saying in this example, not in general. In this example, he's now saying, I'm not going out after basketball games. I'm not going to after parties, whatever.
Sure.
Even if we win the conference final or whatever, I'm coming home because we need to save money. I'm not going to spend on no new kicks, no new uniform. I'm saving towards this new house because this house is 100 million or something.
Okay.
That's a classic case of them being, at that moment, being financially incompatible. So you'll find that in this example that's happening, she just told us for no reason why they're in 50-50. In this case, maybe she's doing that.
I feel like she's projecting, but go on.
She probably is projecting because it's a matter of, she might feel like it's an agreed upon decision and it's a mature decision to have in a relationship.
Right.
And she's trying to teach people that maybe 50-50 isn't so bad. Because it's demonized at this point.
I think the question is in relationships. Let's go to our own personal experiences. When we go 50-50, what is it usually on? And is it in the context of fat and sit? Or is it in the context of just general day-to-day things of date nights, blah, blah, blah? And I don't want to use the rule of thumb, right? But I am told that the rule of thumb of going 50-50, if you are in a marriage or partnership, is that whoever's earning more should contribute more. Not saying the other person's not contributing anything. Oh, goodness. Sorry. Not saying that anyone's not contributing anything, but just to say that the partner needs to contribute more if they're earning more. That's the general rule of thumb. But we live in a society where things are different, right?
We need to stop comparing the West to the South Africa.
Okay.
That's the issue
I'm glad
right
you
now.
said that. Please give us the same scenario in South African
Context.
Yes.
First of all, right?
Give us the same scenario in South African context. The same scenario about saving towards. Give us in
towards,
South African.
Saving. Let's say instead of a mansion, let's say we're saving towards a generator at home.
Okay.
I hate that you said that.
Because in South Africa, it's a real thing.
No,
You gotta say, yeah.
Oh my God!
I mean, inverter.
Yeah.
No, we're saving up for solar. We're saving up for solar.
Okay,
Solar is 30,000 rand
Okay.
to install.
So now let's talk about, let's say this man, now I'm giving numbers now. Let's do
Yes.
basic
Good.
math.
Do real
maths.
maths. Let's do real maths. Well, I like real
Where's the
maths.
calculator?
I want
This
to
guy is a
see.
lawyer. He earns, let's say, after tax, he earns 30,000.
A man.
Yes.
What type of law is this?
After tax.
No, let's say he's just
Junior,
starting.
just starting,
No,
okay.
no, we're talking young people.
Sure.
The podcast for young
Oh.
people.
Yeah.
So it's
Pre-30.
Yeah, 30,000 after
Okay.
tax. This girl's like, I don't know, and it can be anything. She can even be like a deputy junior nurse or whatever. She brings
Okay.
about 20,000. So he's 30,
Okay.
20.
Sure.
So now,
This is after tax.
After
So
tax.
this is take home. Cool.
yes, take
cool.
home. Cool. Now the inverter, let's say it's they
It's
want a
30.
top notch one. No, it's top notch 50. It's a top notch inverter. They want a proper stuff. Right? So they both agreed per
Where
month.
do they live? Sorry,
Doesn't
not
matter.
to where do they live? How? What kind of place is it?
Okay,
is
let's
it
say
like
the
a
Bowens.
house or
No, apartment. Bowens.
Okay.
Well, okay,
Bowens.
sure.
The Bowens flat.
The
Cool.
ball so the inverter's actually in the apartment.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't
Shop.
think that's gonna work. Let's say it's a house.
A
Because I don't
house
think
is
you
better
can
for
do- yeah.
reusable. Yeah.
Okay, a house.
A house, a standalone house.
So they pay 50-50.
And they've got a bond.
Okay, let's say pay 50-50 for everything. Groceries.
Bond is 20.
10
Hey.
each. 10
Sharp.
each.
Bond is 20,000.
Then groceries 50-50.
Got
Whatever
it.
cars. You have a car, he has a car.
Great.
They sort their cars out themselves.
Hey,
Not
man,
really
Bond is
quantified.
20,000.
So cool. So they want this inverter. Okay, let's say the inverter
Guys,
is
wait.
30. So they say 5 each.
Are we
5K
sure
now.
about these numbers?
It's fine. Doesn't matter if they even equal. Doesn't
What
matter.
type of inverter is this one?
Fine. They say 5,000
What
per
about a
month.
generator? Sure.
Fine. No. Let's say 5,000 per month, right?
That's a lot of money, dude.
It's fine. They sort it out.
So they're doing pay monthly
Yes.
payment for the inverter.
Yes, 5.
Okay, cool.
Just for a couple of months.
Yes.
Because if they both do it, it'll be within 3 months they paid off.
They paid it off, sharp.
First month, girl, she's like, damn, this is a heavy knock. Like,
It is a heavy 5,000.
But
Out
it's
of
just
the
for-
10.
Bear in mind, it's for 90 days. It's just for 90 days. You can survive. You're not going anywhere. And you got your rich lawyer, you can cover the rest. He won't. You probably, let's say after everything you've paid your expenses, you have 2K left. He'll probably still have 12. And you live together. You're not gonna suffer. Honestly, you're not gonna die.
Debit
No, I'm saying after everything, you have 2K left, and he has 12.
Yeah.
12K is a lot.
He can, on both of you can survive. I'm saying after grocery, everything is paid. Your car, petrol, everything. So you have 2K left. He has 12. You're not gonna die. So
Okay.
she's just like, nah. You know what?
But that's not fair. How can he pay? How can she pay 5 when he has 12?
No, he's also paying 5. He earns
Yes.
more. He will always have more left because he earns more. You'll always have more
And
money
that's my
left.
problem. But continue.
So you say
So what is the whole overall message of the numbers here?
is that he's
So you'll be fine.
essentially you'll be fine because you guys are living together, right?
So, but they still win 50-50.
Yeah. So what's the problem?
don't know.
I'm going back to equity. That
It's one household. The household combined is about 17,000 combined.
Yes, however, the strengths being amounts of money are different, right?
But he's
The
not using.
fi-
He's not
fi-
using.
her 5 and his 5 are two different 5s. His 5, not that it's a knock, but
It is.
5 for her. I have 2,000 left. He has 12.
But
That's crazy.
But the thing is, again,
That's crazy.
You guys are living
That's
together.
not fair.
How
We're
is it not
living
fair?
together, but we are different people. We have different lives.
You see now where this problem starts.
No, this is what I
Lifestyle
said.
starts.
No, this is what I
Lifestyle
said from the
starts.
beginning, though, that equity makes more sense to me than
Sure.
equality. Because the amounts are different. The take-home amounts are different. You always have 10,000 rand more than me every month coming into
What am I
your
doing with
account.
that 10,000? You see now it's important. What am I doing with that 10,000? I'm buying stuff like tools for the household. I'm buying.
It doesn't
extra stuff
matter.
to help.
I'm doing the same thing.
But I'm contributing towards the house now more. But you see, by
Yes,
default,
I'm doing the
contributing
same
more.
thing.
You're not doing the same.
I'm
paying
doing the
too.
same thing.
I'm
So this is a classic example of financial compatibility.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
And
You're
this
buying
is why
with the
first
money.
date questions are very important.
They are!
If you are going to be having these chats year 2 or 3 of your relationship and you find out that
It's gonna be boxing.
it's gonna be tough.
Are you a saver? Are you a spender?
Yes.
Do you like
do
to?
the quiz. I know I'm a NetBank trustee member. But do the
Hey,
quiz. NetBank has this quiz. Send it as a first date question to
Hey,
say, let's
yo.
find out, are you a spender? Are you a gifter? Are you a, what are you? So that you can actually could find out if you're compatible as a couple. Because that is very important. I, for one, in terms of my spending habits, I spend via emotion. Does that make
Yes,
sense?
same.
So if I'm feeling like I've had a very tough day,
You're gonna
spoil
buy
myself.
yes.
And I often will be like,
Treat yourself.
I'll treat myself.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
often will be like, okay, I've been craving this for some time, let me go and get it. But then there's also moments where I'll be like, I've needed this for a very long time. So I often will be like, let me keep it in my cart list, but I'll also put it like as a note to say, make sure you save this amount every month to buy so that you get it towards every. So I'm an emotional spender where sometimes I'll need something and I'll be like, I need those shoes right now, I'm gonna get them. And it'll usually take a knock on me because I'll be like, why am I buying Nike sneakers for like 3.2? But then
But
there's
that's
times,
the amount of sneakers.
But then
what we
there's
gonna
times,
do?
then there's times I'm just like, okay, let me not touch my money because I'm scared what's gonna happen this month. So it's a weird balance. And then I have my partner who does an Excel spreadsheet for every freaking transaction.
That's insane.
And
What
purchase.
about like paying off debt and having debt and stuff like that?
Everything.
Exactly that.
Everything.
No, I mean with you as an emotional spender, like how does
I
that
try
work?
my best not to get. I don't have a credit card. I try
What's wrong
my.
with you?
What do you mean what's wrong with me? I
How?
don't have a credit
Yeah,
card.
same.
How?
I
What
do
am
not
I
have
doing with a
I do
credit
not-
card?
My credit score is great.
Mine is great
Because
too.
I'll get things and I'll pay them month to month, but I want that rate to be fixed. So if I know that I've got my MacBook and that's about 900 rand, I know 900 rand I'm paying every month, right? But I will not get a credit card. Reason being is because I know they usually limit how much you can spend, and the next thing I'm overspend. I don't want to have that freedom.
Same.
I know. Listen.
Same.
If you
I have the
online
same
shopping,
feelings.
it would be a problem.
I'm
So,
also
You know,
under
you-
under the belief that you must own everything that you have. I want to own everything. I don't want to like have installments, paying whatevers and whatevers. I like to own my things, man. Obviously, South Africa in Nanani, fine.
Yes.
But my preference is to own my things. So I'm not. I don't like getting credit and whatever. I did that in the past. That kind of like messed up my credit score a little bit. I'm fixing that now.
Financial
Fine.
fuck up.
Yeah, it's a financial fuck up. It's fine.
And you
I'm
have to
paying
pay
it
for
off
it.
every month.
Sure.
And in that paying it off, it's like that amount is out of my head because I've already set up the thing. It automatically goes off my account. Cool, sharp. I know that in X amount of time I'm gonna have paid off this thing. In X amount of time I'm gonna have paid off this thing.
Sure.
After I'm done paying off those things, no credit card from Lungeloda.
So a question.
No credits. I'm not applying for any credit. I actually want to own the things that I want.
So question. Would you, if you ever had to date someone, basically ask them about their financial situation and that you'd want to know how much they're owing financial institutions?
The dating,
Would you want them to know? Would you want to know what their financial situation is like? They have a loan of like 60,000 rand that they have to pay back, especially if you're going to be in a long-term relationship with them, because sometimes there's usually an expectation of them that if you're dating someone, right, and you're earning more, and you know your person is in a financial situation, that you must help them pay. That is my span in the works. That's my span in the works.
That's not what I thought.
That's my
you
span
were
in the
gonna
works.
say. Hold on.
If you get married, are you taking on your partner's debt?
That's why I get you better prenup so that my debt is my debt, your debt is your debt.
So here's
So that you go. It's fine.
you know
It's
what,
fine.
man.
You go.
Like as soon as you keep going, I'm just like
No, it's fine.
the dating landscape right now, how it is, and you guys can disagree with me, but how it is that people want to see people that are high earners. You've heard this
Yes,
all the time.
in
This
our
guy must
country.
take me. He must take me
I'm
to.
with-
He must
I'm
take
in
me
your
to Fire Room, The Rock, all this other stuff. So I'm like, and I always hear sisters saying this. And I'll keep saying. I even had a conversation with my friend Reggie about it before even we came here. It's just about affordability does not equal interest. I think these girls are confused. That they think because men can afford to take them to the Rock and stuff.
Interest like
How much I like you.
Oh, okay.
I can afford to go to the Rock. That doesn't mean I like you, girl. That doesn't actually mean I like you. This is a means to
I mean,
an
if
end.
you-
What are you
If
doing
you
here?
take me to
What are we doing here?
I'm
What are we
assuming
doing
you
here?
like
me.
What are we doing here?
I'm assuming you like me.
No.
If you take me
You-
to Saint.
What are we doing here?
If you take, sorry, I put this on. If you take me to Saint, what are we doing?
What am I doing here?
I'm trying to
No.
fuck though.
No, I'm saying what are we doing?
What
Why
do you-
are we
what do you think
wasting
is
each other's time?
We're not wasting time. You might think I'm wasting time. I want to fuck. That's what niggas think. They're like, okay, this girl gets easily convinced or persuaded that
Just
I
tell
think I'm
me that
interested.
so I can stop wasting my
Being
time
honest-
and not go on this date
Being
game.
honest doesn't get you anywhere. You guys should know this.
That's not true.
Ah,
That
okay.
I
All right.
wish you could stop. Anyway, I wanna go
I
back.
would assume
I wanna go back.
If a man is taking me to Saint Marble Zoo,
I'm just
the
rich,
Rock
dog.
or whatever.
I just got money, dog. My stack long.
Uh-uh.
That's all
You
it
can
means.
get-
Yes, your money long and you
Who's gonna
like
go to
me.
McDonald's?
Your money long and you like me.
Who's gonna
Your
take you to-
money long and you like
If a man is putting
Huh?
an, do you know to
your
get to
money
these
is long
restaurants?
and you like
To
me.
get to these restaurants, you have to make a booking. That means
So?
effort. So you're putting effort means you like me. That's just
You know,
my
men.
opinion.
Men can pretend to like a girl for the longest time.
I
But
know
time
that.
They don't give a damn about. You don't care about how a mama is or grandmama.
And men are
you don't
wrong
care
for
about.
that.
No, it's not about. It's a means to an end. I keep educating my sister that it's a means to an end. Niggas want bums, bruh. They want bums. I will
Go buy
pretend
bums.
if I have to.
Go
spend-
buy bums.
You've seen
Stop
on Twitter.
wasting my time.
You saw on Twitter.
You're
This
wasting
guy
my
how
time.
angry
Go
he was.
buy it.
This guy was angry on Twitter. He's like, "Oh, I just spent 4,000 on this girl and she didn't give me bums." He was
Nigga, go buy bombs.
Motherfucker was angry.
Go buy bombs.
Motherfucker was. That's what I've been saying. I'm an advocate for sex.
Don't come here
I'm an
expecting to
advocate.
take me out and then I must give you in return. Do you like me or not?
unfortunately have a mindset that's very transactional. There's an expectation that if I spend money, whether it be at McDonald's or Steers
But
or
you guys
Marble or
want-
Saint, there's an expectation that I need something in return. And that's really unfortunate.
You see now, let's lead to answering your question, right? if people aren't this transparent, because there's a lack of transparency, financial transparency does not exist in the dating scene. You must be honest. You guys are going out with people that, not you guys in particular, but people are going out with people that are happily willing to spend 20K in the club, and you think that person is financially responsible.
Yeah. But
No, I'm asking you. Like,
no, you're right. You are right.
And you think this person's not going to be in debt, or someone's not going to come after this person at some stage?
They're gonna end up
You
on
saw the other
Instagram.
day that same Saints Lounge, the one you're talking
That
about.
club.
That was asking for people that literally on social media saying this person owes 50K, oh, it's 150,000.
Bro.
That's embarrassing, dog. No, embarrassing is for a club to call you out saying you have debt.
But
But that's
my
why. So now people can't even be that transparent with just.
if I had to find my partner.
Okay, hold on. Let me
How are they
answer.
gonna do it
Wait,
with
let me
friends
answer
at
the
home?
question. Yeah, long term, because I feel like these things come out naturally. They really do come out naturally. You start to see
What, financial transparency?
no, what I mean by that is the more time you spend with a person, the more you can see that, oh, this person spends this on this and this. And when they start to trust you, they start to open up a bit more. You have to pay this for this, you have to pay this for that. Then that's your time to shine. Like, oh, okay. Tell me more.
I disagree.
What other
You can even
debts?
say I disagree, bro.
What have you spent money on? Whatever. Are you comfortable having this conversation? Whatever.
People are not that observant, because if they were that observant, you wouldn't be dating this person.
I think the observation often can be skewed because you can assume that, okay, this person just got a new set of sneakers and then they just spent this.
I'm not talking
But
about
I'm thinking-
sneakers. Pella, no, but we can be emotional spenders. That's not what I'm saying. We can be emotional spenders.
I'm just saying that it's very difficult. Transparency is very key.
It is.
You have to just as a person. I'm gonna be that woman now.
I'm
6
so
years,
happy.
6
so
years
happy
of
you mentioned
experience. I've seen
I'm
that
so
I
happy.
can't make assumption just because
Sure.
my partner had dinner at Marble last night that man's is balling. I need to ask him,
Please keep
What's
talking.
happening?
what is the budget for us to,
Please
you
keep
know what I'm
cooking,
saying?
right?
Because
Please-
now if I'm like, oh, so you had Marble last night. So
Please
me,
keep cooking.
my nails
Cook.
need to be
You're-
done.
you're
Then he's
cooking.
gonna hit me with that, no, I don't have money. And I'm like, oh,
Are
as
you
Loki would
confused?
say,
No.
is it?
No,
Then
you're
it's a fight. Because we're not being financially transparent. He could have said, actually, I was at Marble for work dinner and I didn't pay, so don't make the assumption that I paid, right? Financial transparency is so important. You know, also, I want to say this as a public figure, ne? Guys, we don't have money, okay? Some of us don't have money. So just because we're flying and going to places, don't assume that I can lend you money to help you. I don't have it. It's just a general announcement. I'm just sorry. I'm
You
getting
just have to flex on us.
a lot of
You have to
DMs.
dunk on your nigga.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, asking for money.
If you need period products, I can do that for you.
But money. These brands be flying you out, babes. It's love it for
Exactly.
you.
Besides that, they don't even fly us out for that long. It's 24 hours in, out.
It's
Get
a
out.
red eye. Exactly.
Get out, bro.
Exactly. But
You've been
either
here too long.
way,
Get out.
being financially transparent is so important, and I think I've also included that in my social entrepreneurship. Like running an NGO will have you do workshops with 0.0 in your account. But you still have to do the work, right? And the same applies in relationships. Sometimes you'll have to say, we cannot do date night because I have to pay this amount to fix my car. And
I'll get someone who will.
you know, like
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll
You
get
have
someone
to-
who will.
you have to be transparent, and that's another
But don't
difficult
you?
aspect.
Okay, it's difficult for men more than it's women, though.
100%.
Yes, because you guys need to be providers.
As soon as a woman hears, even suspects that you're broke, my brother.
Not
Or the
suspect.
journey just became more
Not even
difficult.
that. Not even that. Men
suspect,
having
man.
to actually sit down, and this is just like
Oh.
intimate relationships. Sit down with their partner and say, babe, this has been my situation for the past 3-4 months. The reason why I had to do
You've been
this.
suffering for this long. They're gonna laugh at you down.
No, you're lying.
No, let's
I
assume.
know.
Let's assume you guys have been dating for longer than 2 years. I'm doing a long term. Are you talking about financial hardships in the
Bruh,
first 6 months of
bruh.
a new
You
relationship?
can't financial
Bro,
hardship in first 6
In
months.
first 6 months.
Come
I'm
on.
I'm not even talking about the beginning. At any point, they're gonna be like, oh
No.
shit.
Then
No,
then you're with the wrong person. Then
No,
I will
no.
say this way.
No.
If you're at a point in your relationship where you can't have a mature and honest
Oh no,
and
it's not
safe,
about. Hold on.
and safe discussion with your partner about finances, where you're received in a way that there's some form of understanding and there's also an element of, okay, babe, we can do this. Let's find a way. I think you need to reconsider who you're with.
Listen.
And I don't need to be this type of person.
You listen,
I don't need to be this person that was trying to like say mightier than thou aspect. But I've been in situations, I've been in previous relationships where I'd speak about my finances as a student, right? Trying to start a new thing. And they would literally tell me, don't talk to me about these things. I don't want to know about your situation.
Wild.
And it's like, okay, but how are we then meant to relationship
This is
together?
so relatable. This is something I hear
Whereas
every day.
right now, I can easily just tell my person, listen, this month is a bit tricky because of X, Y, and Z. We've got this project coming up. We've got this project coming up. I have this. These are the amounts I'm attaching. I can tell you how much I'm earning. And we'll be like, okay, so this is how we're going to handle it. No judgment, no scrutiny, but rather support. And that is what's important here. If you're with someone who's like, get out of here, I don't want you, then the problem is with the person and not with you.
Wait, quick question. Do you guys expect to know how much your person earns?
We're both freelancers, so it varies from month to month.
No, I'm saying like the transparency of it. Do you want to know, like, hey, this is how much I get every month?
I don't
if we're working towards something, so like for instance, our 6-year anniversary is coming up, and we're both agreeing to travel, then we have to, and we both made the commitment to say we want to travel, who's going to be responsible for what, then I think it's important that we just say, okay, this month I'm getting this, I can put this amount in. But in general, I don't need to know every month what you're earning.
Right.
I don't.
On a consensus. You know why?
Yeah.
You know why? Because now pocket watching. Pocket watching.
Also, I just need to put this out. Men are not great people when they're broke. Men are terrible people when they're broke.
No, that's very
and
true.
they know themselves.
Why? No, that's very true.
They know,
because you think your worth is
the reason why
man doesn't wake up in this thing because he's broke. That's the society.
No, your reason has nothing to do with me, but you make it about me when you now treat me like shit because you're broke.
There's a song, an anthem in the club that says broke niggas don't deserve no pussy. Now,
I know that's right.
Now I'm supposed to feel like I have worth, nigga.
What I'm saying is,
be serious.
with the brokenness, you also become broke-minded in the process, and I can't help you with that.
Is it not?
That's
your
why.
mindset
Wait. That is why I say, broke people should never date. Broke people should never laugh.
Hey, we're back
We're back here, Candace.
The man is.
We're back here, Candace.
I feel like everyone deserves love, no matter their.
But can you see that it's broke man? The man there is very silent because that's not what's that broke woman.
I literally said broke people.
Yeah, but the man is silent because women don't think that way.
This woman does.
She started.
This woman does.
Broke women don't. The ones that speak.
This woman does.
Okay, look. Let's be honest. I want to hear you.
So what are you? You are negating what I just said.
No, not for you. It's never against you two. So let me ask you guys this.
Sure.
Is it not that these things that are financial things about relationships, is it not coming from a perspective of women that actually are not financially able? The ones that say, I deserve girlfriend allowance of 50K and stuff. Are those people that get that shit?
Dude, that's not a real thing. That's not a real thing.
It is a real thing. Because we hear it every day. You can't tell me something that I hear on a daily basis.
Yes, on Twitter.
TikTok too? No, I can give you I've sent you TikTok.
Yes, I've seen the TikTok, but I don't think it's a real thing because people be trolling on there.
From an academic perspective.
From a statistics.
I genuinely feel that the conditioning of both parties is
incorrect.
Right? I genuinely feel that there is this, and I always mention it, right, that the conversational, the implicit nature of language around provider has led us to think that women deserve men who can provide every single thing. We have to, and it's such an individual experience, and it differs from person to person.
And it's so intimate.
So we need to remove, firstly, I think women who expect or want gifts or acts of service from their partners shouldn't be invalidated in that experience.
Number one.
But we shouldn't make it such a universal thing and an assumption that all women want that. because then what happens is that you'll have men like Zulu Goku who will always bring that assumption into any dating or relationship that this woman wants something from me, or this woman wants me to give her everything.
Not me. I'm very secure.
No, I get that, but I'm just thinking of men who are not entirely sure
who are
as
insecure.
to what exactly is it that women want. There are so many
men who are insecure.
podcasts, science studies about what women want, and all you have to do is ask.
Not even ask. Have boundaries, brother.
Ask
If
and
you
have
and
those
be
exactly.
secure.
And be secure.
No, can I tell you?
And what you can provide.
Can I tell you? You know what irritates me about my gender, right? And it goes for both genders. Right? Like, woman can be egotistical, but a man's ego is another animal, right?
Sure.
Brother, man, you will see this girl have Louis Vuitton on her feed. She'll talk about how she only dates rich niggas. You see it on her feed again on her Twitter or whatever. You that only has 250 in your bank account.
Please keep cooking.
Will still DM this girl.
Please keep cooking, my brother.
Literally on. I don't know if you think your game is that strong,
Please keep cooking.
You're using the power of the law to try and pull this girl somehow. You know you can't, and then you still have
and then you get curved,
Are we applying?
and then you say,
are we applying out of league purely from a financial perspective?
That's not a league thing.
no, this is a financial conversation.
This is not a league.
This is what we're talking about.
I'm not talking
today.
about leagues now.
I'm talking about finances today.
Not even finance. This is a realistic approach.
Sure.
Then this girl, it doesn't even have to curve. Let's say you succeed with your game. Your game is carrying you now.
Sure.
Now, literally, it's carrying on your back because that's all you have. That's realistic. You're not gonna. There's no item at Louis V or Gucci that's 250, my brother.
Sure.
Not even. I don't even think a date
Yes,
will
there
carry
is.
it.
There is.
Sure.
But it's not Louis.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Then you have the audacity to say this girl only wanted you for your money.
Dog.
Or that she's a gold digger. Even if she is, you saw she's materialistic and you didn't bring the minerals.
What? Logic, where is it?
And then
they say men are logical beings. Where is the logic there? Where is the logic?
That's 100% just being, I don't know.
So who's to blame?
Him. What are you doing?
Okay.
What were you thinking? What were you thinking?
The thing is, she advertised that she's materialistic. I think that's the worst part. If she didn't, then I'd be like, you were blindsided. I don't know how.
Sure.
But you have to do
You knew what you were going into.
You have to do your due diligence.
You said, I want that. You said, let me go there.
An academic perspective is that we're all not intrinsically materialistic, but we all yearn for things that we want.
No.
Whether it's a house, a car, just for a better life for ourselves because of capitalism.
Yes, because we are human beings
but
that
I
need to
think
survive.
there's a sort of like guilty or negative perspective of when women are materialistic. Like there's just this element of she either got it because she's with men or she's got it, and it's just like, okay, but can I not just be happy with the fact that I like luxury things because as a black woman I deserve luxury?
Thank you.
Why is it that if I want to be rocking my LV earrings, you're now thinking that I want everything LV, including the socks and the underwear I wear? No! I, as a black woman, deserve a soft life too. And soft doesn't really mean that everything from head to toe needs to be luxury, but certain things I am deserving.
You know, it reminds me of a tweet I saw before the podcast. This guy was just like, he shelled at this girl at the mall. Cool.
Hey.
Game, don't underestimate your game, brothers. Trust me, it'll carry you in a lot of your situations. So he was able to get this girl's number. They're talking, like, no, let's go out. He said this girl rocked up, head to toe, in Gucci.
Okay.
And he said, I'm never speaking to this girl again.
Okay.
After
So
the date.
The pressure was too much for him.
I don't even think it's a pressure. It's just like, it's beyond finances here.
Exactly.
Okay, wait.
It's something
Pause.
of-
Quick one. Because there's this lady, sorry for interrupting.
No problem.
There's this lady on TikTok who has a Porsche.
I know this story.
And she's always talking about how as soon as niggas see her car, they run. They can't. They never text her again. And I'm trying to figure out what's happening there. What's going on?
Why?
Do
they feel like they're not worthy?
It's not even about just her. I think with men, when you want to be serious with a lady, because the fact that they've left her means they don't even want to play games with her. It means that they're just like, hey, shit, I can't do nothing. I don't even want bums. That's how hectic it is here. Like, I can't. I don't even. Not even I can't. I don't want the bums. That's almost like it's so hectic here. You know why? Because it's not about this girl. This girl might love you. She might be with you when you're struggling to come up or whatever's going on with you. Her family.
Is that it?
Is
that it?
You think the family's gonna judge them?
Did you not see that tweet of that guy where his uncles were at the gate and the gate was like those gates
Yes.
said Houghton and the gate was this big.
Yes.
And people on Twitter was like, wow, that is a hectic gate, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
That was a hectic gate. It's like, bro, here you're paying. You think that man's probably paying $500,000 for that Lobola negotiation.
So what are we saying? I must be rocking up to dates in an Uber.
No, not that. No, the thing
Like,
is,
be yourself, dog. And
the
whoever will come, will come.
and the girl in the Porsche is being herself. It's just like
She
those,
really
those
is.
those men can't meet up to you, and at least they're being honest enough to be like my sister.
They
And
can't-
they're looking at it from every aspect. They're like, even if casual dating, whatever, it's gonna be hectic. It's gonna be hectic regardless. And then it's not nice to be like, and that's the whole thing with the whole dating thing as well. But saving, that goes back to the household chat.
Yeah.
It's not nice that you're saving money, then you see your partner balling.
Ish.
Even if they earns more than you, even if they earn more than you, it still won't be
not
nice to see
I
it.
want
Even
us
if they
to
earn
all
more than you.
Hey.
ball. Let's all
Imagine,
ball.
like imagine they
This is
earn more
a
than
deep
you.
one.
Imagine they still earn more than you. They still contribute more than you, and they
And they
balling.
still
Okay.
balling.
So question:
I'll be
Do
crying,
we,
bro.
if
I'll be
you
crying.
guys get married, if I put if not when because we don't want to be society and rule of thumb. If you get married, thoughts about joint bank accounts?
Never.
No. So let me.
No, not
okay.
joint- okay.
No, wait. Let me go first. Nah.
Hold yourself.
Let me go first.
Let her
me go
cook.
first. How I see it, the joint bank account is for household things.
Yeah, I was about to say.
It's for household things, mortgage, bond,
Yes.
groceries,
Sure.
school fees, solar, all the
No
things.
shitting, bro. No shitting is a budget.
I did it so
No
much.
shitting is a budget.
all the monthly things, and
Sure.
maybe we need to renovate the kitchen. That's where all that money is gonna go, right?
Sure.
In the joint bank account. We're both gonna have our own bank accounts because I know.
Yes. Sure.
We're both gonna have our own bank accounts. We're both gonna have our own savings accounts separately. But the joint bank account is for household things.
And so what happens when on a specific month your partner doesn't contribute their
You fight, dog.
contribution?
We're fighting, dog. What do you mean? Where's the money, dog?
Financial transparency.
Where's-
That's why it's important. Thank you.
I'm not even asking how much is in your bank account. Where's this debit order, dog? I want to know where this one thing is, dog. Mine went off. Mine went off.
Fisticuffs, me and you.
Mine went off. Why didn't yours go off? I can see the reflection. We both have access to the statement. It says
What's
only me.
happening
It
here?
only says me, dog. What? It's been me for only 5 months. What?
5 months.
Some people are, hey, some people are crazy, bro.
So Gabrielle, Union 50-50, I'm sure she's
Gabrielle.
applying the joint bank accounts that,
No, I'm into the
Stuff.
reason.
overheads.
No, I'm into there's another child.
I was about to mention this.
There's
fact.
another child from
That's eating this money.
Thingy's side, Dwayne's side.
Sure.
The child that he made when she was struggling. That child needs child support. So that's where the money's going.
Wayne is a dog.
I hate the situation so much for her.
What is up with
Dog.
men and doing this Tristan Thompson thing?
Yeah.
Your woman's struggling or she's pregnant and then you want to knock up another woman.
Come on. And
Why?
it's like, it's such
What
it's such
is
a,
it in your DNA
It's such a down
that
dirty thing
drives
do.
you to be like, I see my partner's down bad.
Let
Or
me down
they're
that
pregnant.
better.
Let me.
Do
What
more.
is it?
Huh?
Hot take on that? Why? As
You're
you're,
a
probably,
nigga.
you're probably a member
us.
of the Faithful Black Men Association, so please comment.
Okay, so with being, first of all, with being a man, it's more emotionally taxing than people think it is, right? And not to say that being a woman is not emotionally
Sure.
taxing, it very much is, but with men, it hits different because we're not actually taught how to deal with it.
Sure.
So a lot of men actually project. I think we see
Yes.
it on near dating.
100%.
Women project as well, but that's because you don't know that time of the month, emotions are all over. Men is just like we've always been taught this.
Yes.
So when there's any hardships that's deterring us from this, whether it's your job, whether it's your woman and she's going through her mood swings, so there's a whole different amount, and you're not taught to deal with all of this. You end up projecting. Either you go towards. There's only 3 things men go towards.
Okay.
These days.
Okay.
Alcohol, drugs, or women.
Damn.
Try therapy. Try therapy. Try therapy.
Try Lungi's well-tested method. Therapy.
So here's the thing, right?
My
Therapy.
God.
First of all, right, You see, this is why I say it's up to our generation, which we're doing a terrible job, by the way, of us dismantling this.
You think?
People are going to therapy? Are people going to therapy?
Yes. Oh, I mean, are black men going to therapy?
Yes, they are.
Of your age generation.
Yes,
your age
they
group.
are.
No, what I mean by that is the perception, because I feel like the whole family needs to go. You can't go alone.
Oh, yeah,
When you're deep,
when watching that
when you're-
Moja Love
but-
You're asking for
shows,
too
you
much.
know,
You're asking for
that
too much.
always
But,
doesn't- it
but those are my
doesn't
You're
demons.
asking for
My
too
families
much.
are the demons. Those are the ones that actually cause
and
my
you'll
mess.
have to deal. I know, same. But you have to deal with
And
it
then-
internally.
Sorry.
You have to deal with it internally. There's nothing you can do.
No.
No, there's nothing you could do.
No,
There was this
sorry.
line. There was this line in
We will
what is
never
this?
heal.
There was this celebrity reality show, and there was a therapist. Ileana was there.
Yeah.
And one of these celebrities, actually, I think it was Toni Braxton. She said, "If my family wasn't my family, they wouldn't be my best friends."
Yeah.
Think about it. If my family
Yeah.
wasn't my family, they wouldn't be my best friend.
Because sometimes
Because
them
sometimes
niggas suck.
it'd be your family.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
you know what I'm saying?
That's
so
exactly what I'm saying.
At
therapy,
least
I feel
heal
like
yourself,
our generation
though.
is the most
I'm not broken. I didn't
outspoken.
break myself.
Our generation is the most outspoken when it comes to mental health.
But
And so when we are raising the next generation as when we choose to be parents,
Yeah.
I think we are going to be that generation of parents who are going to be very mindful
Right.
Yes.
of how certain things
affect.
affect your child.
Yes.
Whether that means that your children are going to turn out to be more sensitive or whatever, that's something we'll deal with when we get there. But the fact that I could probably tell my child, or my child could tell me, "Mommy, I'm feeling very anxious or depressed," and I'm not going to clap back with some form of, "Oh, but you're crazy," or whatever.
I think too much for the shut up.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
What about your school fees?
That is
Shut up,
generational cycles being
Trauma.
broken immediately.
Also,
So I think we're doing a pretty good job. I mean,
Yes.
therapy is expensive, but I feel like there
I'm
are
not even-
different
I'm not even
avenues.
talking about the cost.
Isn't gym your form of therapy?
Yes.
but you said
Thank you.
I'm not the one that broke me. True, but
Thanks.
let's say somebody cut you
Yeah.
on your arm.
Yeah.
You can't complain to that person again. You cut me. You are bleeding out.
Oh no!
You need to solve
I'm not
here.
complaining. These hands will definitely.
You
talk
need to
for me.
solve here.
Love
You need to solve here first.
Yes.
Before, like, sharp, you're gonna be angry at the person that cut you, but before you bleed out, you need to fix what's going on here.
And this,
Yes.
and now this leads to why people don't end up going home once they leave home. This is why I say even
Because they know they're gonna get cut again.
no. Besides this is what I keep telling people. Even in parent-child relationships, those can be conditional relationships as well. I'm only talking to you as my parent because you're funding my
Yes,
dependent ass.
yes.
Once I become independent, I'm
It's
gone.
late.
You won't hear.
You'll
You will
never
probably
hear
never
from me again.
You will probably never see me again. Are you aware?
This is such a deep chat. I feel
This
like this
is-
is
and
another
so true.
episode of like
Yes.
You will never see
parents.
You will never see my black ass again. I'm out of here, dog. You've been abusing my ass, telling me I'm worthless. Now that I'm worth something, now you think I'm gonna stick around and hear this some more? And you still want money from me? Really? What?
Really?
You still want money from me after telling me I was useless? Are you mad?
Guys, I feel
Chill.
like a lot of our parents had us when they weren't ready. And that's just that.
Nah, they were ready, but the finances weren't that tough back then. 10 rand,
yeah,
10
I
rand
know.
could carry.
No, they
were
weren't.
ready.
No,
dog.
I'm not talking about finances. I'm talking about emotionally
Emotionally.
ready. Pela, these people come from apartheid.
Hey,
There was no time for emotions back then.
Apartheid.
This is what I'm telling you. Emotions were non-entity back then. It
Yeah.
didn't matter. You didn't have to be emotionally ready for a
Yeah.
child. You could whoop children's asses back then. With no problem. No repercussions. bro.
Yes, repercussions.
No, back then even teachers-
Repercussions
even-
being adults now are just emotionally fucked up. That's
that
a
is
repercussion.
But I didn't see that far. First of all, there was still electrotherapy when they said, "Oh, if you got a hiccup,
Hey, yo.
shock your ass, like they shock you, boy."
No, we need to have another
Okay.
conversation about
About
this
parents.
thing,
Okay, let's go back to the financial side of things.
Final thoughts. Yes, because you have a lot. I feel like
The whole 50-50 chat, right,
Mm-hmm.
is that all I'm seeing is, I'm taking this out of context from Gabriel, not exactly her.
Sure.
There's a lot of households that are built on the trust of both partners. And I
Mm.
feel like that trust, that 50-50 establishes trust.
Mm.
I think that's the sole reason why it exists.
Sure.
To be like, you're in this as much as I'm in this. Even though
Sure.
my 50-50 might outweigh yours, at least I know that you are willing to.
definitely.
Because once then you've established a trust. Therefore, if I have more than you, then I'm more willing to give you whatever I have left. Same as with the whole bank. If I earn more than you, even though you did your portion, now I can support you because you supported both of us.
My thought
It makes
is
more sense.
okay.
You get me?
Final wrap up.
My
Okay.
thought is I believe in equity more than equality. Yeah, I believe in equity more than equality because
How do you calculate
we have to be transparent, dang it.
No, I'm like just saying, how do you mathematically calculate that if I earn 10,000 more than you, how much more must I contribute towards the rent then?
Like that.
Math.
Exactly. You mathematics it. You mathematics it.
But then it might not, it's still, here's a sad reality. You might think because mathematically it's equal, I might still be bowling, rich.
It's fine.
I still bowl out, bro.
Oksalayo, I know that. For me, that translates as you're in this as much as I'm in this because
Sure.
The weight of the money that's coming out of your bank account is the same weight.
Sure.
Right. I'm not talking about amount, I'm talking about the weight.
It's not though.
It is. These are my thoughts, these are my final thoughts.
What is that, guys?
Also,
If I
just
pay
a
1,000
general rule of thumb,
Hey,
Jay, for
we're
me,
going by the thumb.
men must make more money because men are the way they are. That's it.
Okay. But like, not to dismiss
no, you can't
right?
part. No, you've
Listen,
already
listen,
dismissed
no,
me
no,
with
no,
your
no,
part.
No, listen.
You've already dismissed me.
Let's say I earn 10,000 more. So mathematically means that instead of paying like 5k each, I have to pay 1.5 more. So it's 6.5 me and 5k you, right?
Yes.
You know that doesn't mean that the weight is equal. Now I'm still balling. I still earn 5 point. I still
You know
earn
what I'm
7.5.
saying.
But I'm
You know what I'm
balling.
saying.
I think
know what
I'm
I'm
still
saying.
outside.
I think everyone would need to tell us what equity means.
Can you see it doesn't
Same.
like mathematics won't
In-
balance them because I'm still gonna ball out. I'll still be able to buy my Jameson. I'm gonna still go to my boys to Saints. I'm still gonna ball out. It doesn't make any all because of the math. And so I said if it's the same, then before your partner
How sure are you that you're going to give her the money, you're going to help her out? Because sometimes
She'll ask.
it becomes okay.
She'll ask, right? She'll ask, right? And if you're a real gentleman, now let me tell you, if you're a real gentleman, right? Especially if you're earning more. See, now this is where we have to differentiate between the selfless men and the selfish men.
Okay.
And the caring man and the
Careless.
non-caring man. And
Sure.
also the, what's this? The stingy. Yes, the
Yes,
stingy.
talk
And-
about it.
Because then, if a stingy man, you'll see yourself and be like, oh, that's your problem. Cheers.
Sure.
That's you. Oh, that's you. Even though I can easily help you, won't be a hiccup in my life. It won't even be
Sure.
nothing. Oh, you're suffering. Oh, you should have been more financially responsible, girl. Gee. That's a problem. That's a massive issue. But if you're in a committed relationship, and that's why I said the whole basis of the 50-50, that 50-50 weight should translate to every aspect of the relationship.
Yes.
It shouldn't be just, okay, I've paid my half, I've done everything in this relationship, geez, I'll see you next month for the next transaction. No.
But what about care? Like, what about us spending time together?
You know what I'm saying? That's that, and it's about, again, it's the finances. If you earn more, and I'm talking about for both partners, you should, and you know that they earn less than you. Obviously, certain expenses that they'd like to do will hurt them more than you. Like 500 rand for, like, let's say to do your hair. That 500 rand is meaningless to you if you earn more, which means you should assist, like you should be willing to, not forced to, be like, oh, let me do your hair this month.
Sure.
Okay. I love that energy. Energy.
Your final thoughts?
My final thoughts, I've had a lot of academic thoughts about this, but I just genuinely feel that when it comes to partnerships, it really is unique to each couple.
Ooh, one last.
And that's what I have to say.
Last.
I can't prescribe a general rule of thumb.
Last. Do not take out a loan for
Why?
other people.
Why?
Oh, yeah.
Do not buy like a laptop for
Oh,
your
no.
partner. Like, don't take up debt. If you are going to like buy a big gift or whatever, rather buy it cash. Don't have like a monthly setback, because should anything happen, God forbid,
Do you think?
touch wood,
before we-
should anything happen,
Okay, before we end off, do you guys think that you should pay for your partner's education fees?
that depends on whether you want to or not.
This is a deep
I'm-
question.
It really is. Because I've seen this other guy that I know that I used to work with many years ago. He, he had his partner, met them, high school sweethearts, all this other stuff. He paid, like, he got a job first, well-paying job. He paid for her school fees.
Sure.
When she graduated, did she not leave this brew for another one, for another man? Now that she elevated herself education-wise.
That sounds familiar. Men do that all the time.
what women. I'm talking about education. Now she feels that okay, I'm more educated, therefore I've unlocked a new level of me.
Yes, that happens with women as well. Yes, it happens a lot more with women actually. You always hear women being like, "Oh, I was Bob the Builder, and then he left me."
I mean, what is that movie? Who was wrong in Acrimony?
Yes, acrimony happens all the time. But to answer your question, that's besides if you choose to, you choose to. I don't think it's wrong or right. I just think if you can do it, but just know what the implications are. Be willing. Be willing, as much as you are willing to give gifts and not care about the outcome. You must be ready.
I'm sorry, but
and the only expectation you can expect is that the person you're
elevating someone
or
on
not
your
going to be with,
dude. If you love that person and you were willing to do it, you can't come back. You can't come back later and be like, I did this for you.
No, I'm not saying
you did that. I'm
not saying now you're elevating them. So you're basically saying that okay, I'm gonna make you better. Directly, not indirectly.
Why?
Because I want education. I'm like, let me help you.
Why are you doing it?
Because I love you.
Okay, keep it that way.
Yeah.
So you stay with me
don't ever ask. You're one conditional.
It is. It's transactional.
Anyway, we will be back for part 2 because clearly there is a lot to speak about. Zulu Goku, as usual, as always, thank you for being on this podcast. I think you must just be a resident host. I mean, what it is. I mean,
what it is.
What it is. But to the listeners, to the audience that we watch, thank you so much for always showing us love. Please always make sure to do what lovers do. Hit that like button,
subscribe,
bell notification, and the subscribe notification so you know when the next episode will be. But from me, Candace, and
me, Lungi,
and
Zulu Goku.
We are out.
Bye.